Hi everybody, it's Dr. Matt here, and we've been doing a lot of fun featuring our different staff members and just getting to know them a little better. So I have Dr. Calvin Smith here today. Dr. Calvin is a really awesome person. I really enjoy his friendship, and he's really very good at what he does and passionate. He's got a unique story, kind of a second career for him. So maybe briefly just tell us a little bit about how you got into physical therapy, Dr. Calvin, and kind of why you are passionate about this field. So.
Well, first of all, I played a lot of sports. High school, ran track, played basketball. It was at one point, in football, I kind of injured my knee, not a major injury, but, and I was working with physical therapist, but at the time I didn't know he was a physical therapist, and I was wondering what he was doing because I work with a lot of different, athletic trainers, and he was doing some things that were different than what they were doing. But at the time, I just still didn't know. So, I became friends with Dr. Kagan's sons and figured out that the person who was working on me was one of Dr. Kagan's physical therapists.
Ah.
And when it came to mind, Dr. Kagan was our team physician.
Yes.
So, after I figured out and found out what was going on, I talked to Dr. Kagan. They gave me a lot of books to read on physical therapy, how to get into the programs. And I actually had a little tour with his physical therapist to see what they did and how everything worked. So I thought it was a very interesting field. So, getting out of high school and getting ready to, look into the field of physical therapy, I couldn't do it at that time because it was just in a traditional school. I had a son at the time, so I had to wait. So back in 2008, I believe, when the downfall came, I was working as a financial analyst. That's what my first career was, financial analyst and accounting. I was really good with numbers, so that's what I wanted to do as well. It was a lot of layoffs, so actually I was in my position. I was the last person in my position, so I was the first to be laid off. So that gave me the opportunity to go back to school and start pursuing the career in physical therapy that I wanted to do. So I started taking all the prerequisites and, was able to, score high enough grades on my, my test and, everything, and was accepted into Nova Southeastern University. So that's where, my career started, and I started doing something that I really love doing. So. Well, I can say being a physical therapist is definitely meeting my expectations. First of all, I love getting up and coming to work.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first step, because if you can't get up in the morning and love going and doing what you want to do, that's a sign of a problem. But I feel joy, just by coming to Ally Physical Therapy and knowing that I'm going to make a major impact on someone's life. It gives me joy when I come in and I ask a guest, how are you doing today? Is there things that you can do that you wasn't able to do the past week or yesterday? And they give me information on, yes, I'm able to do this, I'm able to do that. You guys are doing a very good job. That gives me, the motivation to keep working and to keep doing great things. And it's just the time that I'm able to spend with my guests. I'm able to talk to them, about anything. I can talk to them, they can relate to me, and, we just got that communication while we are getting their therapy done. And I love, speaking with them, and I always ask them, every guest that I have, I ask them, what type of things are you unable to do? Things like that. So that'll tailor my treatment for the day. That'll give me an opportunity to help them try to achieve the things that they want to get back to doing. Well, first of all, that was the main key, family. Matt, you and Melissa, you welcomed me in, and you treated me just like you treat anybody else, every other therapist. I always talk about you guys. I always say that, you're very genuine. You're a Christian. You can tell just by your actions. You don't have to go around and speak and say, hey, I'm Christian, I do this, I do that. You don't have to say a word. I can tell by the actions of Matt, Melissa, the owners of Allied Physical Therapy. They tailor the atmosphere where we all can come in and do the things that we love to do. We can pray, we can worship. You know, if any guest is comfortable with it, we can do it with them as well. I just like the overall atmosphere. It's no pressure. You don't have senior staff, management breathing down your back. We're able to come and work comfortably and do the things that we need to do as long as we make sure those are the things that we'll do. And I think everybody here does a very great job at treating their guests and doing the things that needs to be done because of the freedom to do it. And that's what I really love about Allied Physical Therapy. You know, it's family oriented, and I just the thought of, you know, it's no other place like Allied Physical Therapy. Well, you know, sometimes you can have, you know, different things could be going on with your body, and, you know, as people get older, you know, things start to happen. And sometimes you'll lay down, you're like, you know what, I just got an ache of pain, it'll go away in a few days. But a lot of the times, those aches and pains don't go away. Then you find yourself, your muscles starting to stiffen up and other things start to happen, because just like we all know, well, just like, you know, we know here that everything is connected. Your cervical is connected to your entire arm. Your lumbar spine is connected to your lower legs. So when things happen, it's good to get your body checked out and not let it linger. You know, we have a free consultation, and you can come in, we can get you checked out and see what's going on with you and give you a detailed description of, you know, what we would be able to do to help you. So that's why I think that, you know, when things start to happen, it's good to get it checked out. It's just like, you know, if you have a toothache and the first person you think about is going to the dentist. So whenever you have any muscle aches or any instability problems in your legs, your shoulders, your arms, we are the movement experts. So physical therapy is the place where you need to come, just like in the same sense that if you had a toothache, you would go see a dentist.